Hey guys, Purple Photographer here. I'm back with another weekly video. This week I wanted to talk about something a little bit different, and it's about getting yourself noticed online. I don't know if you noticed around about last week, I decided I wanted to change my branding a little bit. So I chose a new font, new logo, and as the week progressed I realised that it didn't really have the same influence on me as my old one did, so I've just switched back to my old stuff, and I'm probably just going to stick with that now. But once you develop your own style, then you can start to guess the kind of audience that you're going to attract with your work. So if you're a photographer or an artist, then developing your own style is really important, and I just want to touch a little bit more on that in this video. So let's begin this week's discussion. So the first one we're going to discuss briefly is probably going to sound most obvious, but it's getting yourself a couple of social media platforms. So I'm most active at the moment on Facebook and Instagram. I do have a Twitter account as well, but I don't really use that as often for my photography stuff because it doesn't really tend to get as much notice as I'd like it to. So I mainly stick to Facebook and Instagram to upload my portfolio to. I also have a Flickr account if any potential clients want to look at my entire portfolio, which has been on there for quite some time. But Facebook, I find is my biggest platform because I can talk about each individual project, because if I put it on as a photo album. So Facebook is definitely my oldest platform as well, because I've had that since I was around about 17, so quite a while now. So the great thing about social media as well, Facebook and Instagram in particular, is that you can just upload your stuff for free. There's quite a lot of platforms out there that you can pay for to get people to notice your work, but just having social media is just a great start, especially if you're young and just starting to get into photography. Then it's a great way to get people to view your portfolio. So another thing that's probably going to sound really obvious as well is developing your own style. So people aren't really going to be attracted to your work if you're just uploading everything here and there with a load of different stuff. Once you've been doing photography for a while, you eventually find your niche and find what you like. So for instance, I've done quite a lot of things over the years. So I started out really liking wildlife photography. I'm still kind of into that now, but I don't really shoot it as much. But over the years I've sort of graduated into a more surrealism, portraiture and really heavy Photoshop, and that as soon as you see one of my images you can say, oh, Lauren shot that, because that is how you begin to get yourself recognised. So developing your own style is really important, as it'll make people easily recognise you as well, and your personality. And that leads you on to developing your own branding style as well, which is what I'll get into next. So I don't really think, branding is not really something I started thinking about until I started university, and I was getting into a bit of a more professional sense of mind. So in my second year we got a brief to actually develop our own brand, develop our own website. So I chose, so there's my logo at the moment. I know last week it went through a little bit of change because I fancied something new, but it wasn't really working for me, so I just switched back to my old stuff. But getting your own a logo, it makes your work feel a little bit more personal and to you as your brand. So I chose a font that was quite weird, and it was inspired by the American Horror Story logo, as some of you might be able to get from that. Probably because my photography is quite weird in a sense, because I was into a lot of surrealistic stuff and conceptual stuff. So it just I had the colours in it that represent me. So obviously I love purple, so there had to be a little bit of purple in there. So yeah, the logo and the branding really represents me as a person and represents my work, and it will really help you to get noticed and people to label you as being that style of photographer. I suppose branding only really applies to you if you want to do something with your photography in the future. So like become a professional photographer. So like branding will really help you get noticed in the industry. Really, I'm probably just going to sound like I'm repeating myself now, but yeah, it's a really good way of getting yourself across to people, and you can put it across your entire platform. So obviously I've got all my branding across my Facebook and Instagram and all my sort of different social medias now, platforms. I even apply my branding to my YouTube channel, because that is just an extension of my brand in a way. So I link up all my videos to my blog on my website, and website is going to be something I talk about next. Now, being successful in yourself doesn't necessarily mean you really need a website. There are other ways of getting your work across to people. Like I said, social media is a great way of getting yourself across to people. But having a website just takes it that one step further. But the only unfortunate thing about having a website is that it's not really free unless you have a really crappy website. So I created my website last year, and obviously, like I said, that went a lot across with all my branding material. And I just found that it was a really great way to showcase my work, as I could style it the way I wanted and have all my different projects in areas where they belong. And then I could put like in the About Me section about how I progressed as a photographer over time and what my personal experiences have been. And so what I'm really saying is, you don't necessarily need a website if you just want to promote yourself, but it's a really great way of getting noticed by professional clients. That's if you want to go down that route. Can't really think of much else to say on this topic, but I suppose another great thing is you as a person. So if you come across as really unprofessional, then you're not really going to get work. So you need to promote yourself as you personally. Don't try to be anyone else. But just be careful about your certain personality traits you tend to hold. They might not come across well to certain clients. So just be really careful about who you are as a person. So all my life I've been quite quiet. And I've come out my shell in recent years, but I've always tend to be very polite to people. That's just the way I am. I view myself as really over friendly, so I'll offer to help anybody, and I just aim to please. I like to impress people. It makes me feel good about myself. They're praising me. So just be really careful about how you come across as a person, and really have a professional attitude about what you're doing. And I suppose that's it really about branding yourself and getting your work noticed by people. So yeah, that's really it for this week, guys. It's short and sweet. So I just hope that there was a couple of useful tips in there for maybe helping you if you're thinking about creating yourself an online presence. So like I said, everything I've discussed about today I'll link in the description, and don't forget guys, you can also follow me on all my social media, as I've probably blabbed on about this entire video. But yeah guys, and like I said, hopefully you found some of these tips helpful, and with that I will see you next week. Bye!